right, more trig integrals. This time our problem will still have a sine and a cosine in it. So at the end of this lesson, you will be able to evaluate an integral that has a sine and a cosine in it. The guideline we're going to use this time is going to be if the power of the cosine is odd and positive. We will still be using the Pythagorean identity, which is sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. But this time we'll be solving that identity for cosine squared x. So we actually will be using the identity cosine squared x equals 1 minus sine squared x. All right, if you look at this problem, you'll notice that the power on the cosine is odd and positive. If that is the case, we will save one cosine factor and convert the remaining factors to sine. So very similar to guideline 1, just a little bit backwards. So let's go ahead and tackle this problem. We've got sine squared 4x. I'm going to save a cosine, and then I've got cosine to the fourth 4x left. All right, so we would like to convert to sine. I notice that I have cosine squared. Well, this is cosine to the fourth. So I'm just going to separate it again. I have sine squared 4x, cosine 4x. I'm going to make this cosine squared 4x, cosine squared 4x, because then I can use that formula 2 times. So here we go. So I've got sine squared 4x, cosine 4x, and then cosine squared 4x is equivalent to 1 minus sine squared 4x. And again, cosine squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared 4x. All right, so now I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to take care of my parentheses. So I'm just going to rewrite the sine squared 4x, cosine 4x. If I FOIL that out, I'm going to get 1 minus 2 sine squared 4x plus sine to the fourth 4x. All right, now I'm ready to take this term right here and distribute it to all 3 parts. So if I do that, I'm going to get sine squared 4x, cosine 4x minus the integral of 2. I now will have sine to the fourth 4x, cosine 4x plus sine squared and sine to the fourth will be sine to the sixth 4x, cosine 4x. And now you'll notice in each of one, they each have one cosine factor, and then they have a sign that's to a power. So we're going to let our u be the sign, and it will be u will be the sine of 4x, and du, whoopsie, okay, there we go, du will be 4 cosine 4x. So you'll notice this first one is missing a 4, so we'll put a 1/4 on the outside. The second one, I'd really only need to multiply it by 2, so we'll put a 1/2 on the outside. And the third one, again, I need to multiply by 4, so 1/4 on the outside. So let's write what we have. We've got 1/4 the integral. This first one would be u squared, and then minus 1/2 the integral of u to the fourth, and then plus 1/4 the integral of u to the sixth. All right, so this is going to be 1/4 times 1/3 u cubed minus 1/2 times 1/5 u to the fifth plus 1/4 times 1/7 u to the seventh. So final answer, I will get 1/12 u, which was sine, so I'll have sine cubed 4x minus 1/10 sine to the fifth of 4x, that is a 5, and then plus 1/28 sine to the seventh of 4x plus c. So hopefully now you can evaluate an integral that has a cosine that is odd and positive.